Welcome everyone. Welcome back to my channel and to whatever this thing is that I do. I have been medically unable to do anything for months. I don't want to get into it, but it's several things, and so I've been utilizing my my YouTube channel and other people's YouTube channels to create something that keeps me busy while I'm in this down time. And it's important that I stay busy, stay still connected to Carvers, carving, and that whole world. And also, I have my little things I like to add to these videos, these reaction videos. Now, I don't know that I'll continue doing these forever and ever, but they're fun to do, and I like mixing it up. This one's going to be a little different. This one has two different carvers. We have Alec LaCasse, and we have Taylor White, and they're both doing horned owls the way they do it. And they both have a different approach. Alec is an exceptional hand carver, and Taylor's an exceptional chainsaw artist. Now, Alec does dabble in chainsaw, and I believe, and Taylor messes around, with other tools besides chainsaws. So, if you're confused about if they can be crossed in any way, or if you're a hand carver and you're interested in getting into chainsaw carving, there's a lot of similarities. Just a different set of tools, basically, and a mentality. You got to have a little bit different mentality. But we're going to go over that right now, and I hope everyone sticks around to the end. So without further ado, let's get this thing going.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's project is really just a relaxing ASMR owl. This is a great horned owl, which in my mind is the most beautiful owl. I just think it is. That's totally biased, but that said, I'm just gonna walk you through the carving of this in a way of relaxing you. So if that's something that you're interested in, stay tuned. And if you'd like to learn how to carve this way, I have an online school that I've been contributing projects to on a monthly basis to the tune of 3 projects per month as of right now. All types of projects like this one, and human faces, and all different types of things. So you can check that out in the link below. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey guys, and welcome back for another carving video. So today we are going to be carving a great horned owl on a stack of books for a nursing college professor. So full circle. For those of you that don't know, I was a registered nurse before I stumbled upon chainsaw carving. So I picked out a beautiful eastern white cedar log for this project.
Let me stop it right there. So this is the fun part. This is where we get to see Alec is usually Alec is using a large chisel to kind of like rough in the shape, get the planes that he's looking for, the angles, and the direction, and the depth, and everything he's going to establish with this bigger tool. Because as he comes across those flats, he's got the right kind of lighting in that shop. It's a really cool little shed he's got out there. Anyway, he's got the right kind of lighting so that when he strikes that wood and he pushes through it, it leaves like a light surface, and that is going to be what his eye is kind of like focusing on, and then he'll get his different shapes that he's looking for. But those are those basic flats and highlights that he's looking for. Same thing with Taylor. You'll see she's going to do the same thing. She's searching for the angle of the horns coming back, and the pitch of the face and the beak. You can already see here, I mean, you would think chisels would be slow. And well, compared to chainsaws, they're very slow. But this is, I believe, cottonwood. And he's got razor sharp chisels, so he can literally just plow through this very crisp species. The bark underneath the exterior is really perfect for carving it, and it's got beautiful grain, and it's crisp. Like you can hear it when he's carving. But you're seeing he's already establishing that V. He's already got, you can see the highlight, you know, the light touching that, and you can see where the shadow is, where it's pitching down into where the ear part is. I'll stop this right here as well. So you can see Alec is basically using that chisel like a pen. You can see the shadow and light in this room. It's really nice. He's got natural light, I believe, coming down. If it's not, then it's whatever it is, it works well. But he's also using that chisel like a pencil. And as you can see, he's got like little pencil strokes everywhere. It looks like a sketch. It looks like an illustration almost already. And I think that's his gift. That's his style. I kind of have the same thing. When I do it, I utilize my saws and my chisels as if they were pencil strokes or pen strokes. And you can see it right now very clearly. And you'll see it also in Taylor's. But this is a very good description of what this looks like to me in my brain. Like I see, he even kind of holds it like that. He just kind of scratches along there and cleans things up.
We're actually at a pretty good spot to stop with the saw, do a little bit of work on the face. I'm gonna jump over to the hand tools. With these great horned owls, they're almost their own separate little category of owl. They just have some different facial features. They have a really deep, like V face, almost more eagle or hawk-like in a way. So you can.
Yeah. So there is definitely. I've seen images of owls, especially the horned owl, where you could see underneath their beak, and they have. People have this impression of owls just being flat-faced, and because they kind of look like that when they're sitting there, they look like a football with two saucers. But in reality, there's so much feathers in the way. Like if you ever look at the skull of an owl, it's very much like a hawk or something. You know, it's kind of interesting.
My little references here. Do you see how they have this really like aggressive point right here, right? So like when you're looking at the front, they still have that facial disc and kind of that flat looking face. But then from the side, you can see that there is a lot of depth here. So we're gonna try to recreate that. You can see I drew right here. We're gonna really push that face back and define the beak and those ruffles that pull up towards the beak, like these right here. So we're gonna start with that, shape up the face, then we'll sand down all these feathers, put some light texture here, some very light body texture. Then we'll move down and further define the feet and the books. Then we'll start wrapping our head around some finish work. So this guy's gonna be a natural seal, which is my favorite. Everything's gonna be transparent. You're gonna see all the wood grain on this beautiful piece of white cedar. So let's get started.
So I'll just stop it there. She's using a ball bit on the eyes, or around those dishes. She's doing the dishes right now. I will be doing the dishes as well. I will maybe not be using that tool, but she's using the tools that she's comfortable with. Now, you could use chisels there. You could use a bunch of different tools, but she's power carving, man. She's power carving. She wants to use burrs and all that kind of stuff. But this is just a different way to get the job done, and it's to each their own. This is a whole different animal. I mean, it's the same bird, but different animal as far as hand carving, chainsaw carving. But now we're beyond the chainsaw carve, and we're into some other tools. So let's see how she gets on it. You can see right now how vivid Alec's owl is looking. He's utilizing shadow and light like a sketch artist. The subtleties there. And also he's got contrasting strokes in the directions around the feathers, directions around the eye. They're a little bit folk artsy kind of looking, and that's fine because it lends itself to what he's doing. The whole project is kind of like that. But pay attention to movement. So we have all this different directional feathering, and the textures underneath the chin, or the beak. I mean, the chin. Owls have chins. Underneath the beak, you can see that directional. You can see it riffling underneath there. And then you have the dark shadow and those individual feathers that highlight. They're there. I mean, they pop because of that depth. The subtlety along that back ear. And then you have just where the light caresses the tips and the front part of the wing. But here's the trick. Here's the cool part that most gets lost on a lot of carvers, and it doesn't with Alec. So he needs to clean up the background. And instead of just sanding it flat or whatever, he's using a chisel to put that S, or the slight curvature, to the background. So as it comes around, it's going to get behind the owl. Here's your owl. And that's going to come behind the owl and kind of tuck back in there, so it makes the owl pop. But that is also a different texture that allows the rest of this thing to come alive and still have movement and flow, even in the background. And it's really, it's something that I always do. I do it like on every single piece. If it's a flat piece, if it's any kind of relief carvings, when I do the big wall murals or whatever, there's got to be movement and flow in the background. It just makes everything look so much cooler. Not just a flat thing. And yeah, he's nailing this thing.
So our owl is done. So we're gonna move down to his feet and the books that he's perched on. So I just used my feet square and I made a couple little squares. So I think I'm gonna have them lightly staggered. Let's see, my little owl.
Okay, so she's got the books slightly staggered, which is cool. I mean, it adds to the thing instead of just having a pillar that just has the lines going across. But when it comes to the face, you can see there's a ton of detail, but she uses a bit of a different thing. I didn't see her pull a chisel out for any of it. I don't think. I think it was all little Dremels. But it's the same principle, you know, just getting whatever level of detail that you are imagining, using the tools that you have to get it done. And I would hope that carvers out there today coming up are always willing to expand their horizons when it comes to the tools that they're using, because good tools they make the man. Say it, but it's true.
Oh, I just ran the finger sander over his feathers, helps smoothen them out. So I went ahead and I carved some books. You can see it looks like we have some rain coming, so I just wanted to get this done today. So let me show you essentially the finished carving. We're gonna go ahead and do a very light torching next, and then give him a couple days to dry. We have the books that are slightly staggered, nothing crazy. And then here he is. Going to a very light torch. Just clean up the fuzzies and then add some very light shadowing.
I'll stop it right there. So they're both using the same kind of thing. They're both torching it for color and remove fuzzies, and you know, just to give it a little bit of a toasted look. Also, if the wood is a bit damp, torching it always helps kind of dry up the surface, so it makes it more workable.
Has been a minute since we worked on our little great horned owl here. I put him to the side to dry a little bit, but it's time to put some color on this guy. We're going for more of that natural look, so we're not going to be using as many like paints as we typically do. We're still going to mimic the actual owl, but use almost all transparent stains. Really want to show that wood grain through the stains. So it should be really cool. It's one of my favorite finish types when I get to stick with the more natural route. So I'm super excited to color this guy up, bring him to life a little bit more. So let's get started.
You can tell right here that Alec has a much more minimalistic approach because of the style that he's working in. He doesn't really need to even do much coloring at all. I think the trick here, or the thing that may throw the piece off a bit, is it's so difficult to paint something alone. You have to like paint the whole thing. It just seems like if you like doing the little highlights around the eyes, cool. And I love the way he put the little darkness in there and torched just a few things, just to bring out that toasted, darker notes, a little bit of black on the beak. And but you'll see him clean up around the edges of this owl with his chisel, just the way you would if you were running if you carved something against like a flat piece and you had overspray from either splash from the fire or overspray from your paint or whatever. You can get right in there and clean that up with either a chisel or a saw. But you'll see him do this. So you can see they both have two distinctively different approaches to what they're doing. Obviously, Alec is only using a partial, where Taylor's doing the whole enchilada. And she did a great job, and so did they both did actually. And there's some interesting color choices that Alec chose. I don't know that I would have gone that way, but I think maybe there's sometimes if you go with the darkness in the back and then paint the thing in the foreground a little differently, maybe coast back so that it pops, and then you can bring out some real legitimate like lighter tones, maybe a little dry brush. He kind of does that already here. But that just would be, something I might have even played around with. And I think I do it actually all the time. There's no set way to do anything. So it's just like, you just go, oh, this looks okay. And then you just keep going. Hopefully, by the point of abandonment, you're happy. And they both got really great, the cues of the owl are apparent. The horns, the dishes, the golden eyes, the feathers, the ruffles, and the way Taylor's got the feathers in the back. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not that kind of a thing, but it looks great and it's painted well. Well, listen, everyone, I love doing these videos. And if there's any other videos that you might, or any other artists you think I should cover and maybe go over some, whatever it is you want me to do, just let me know. So I looked at my analytics on YouTube. I've been trying to do a little better job with that. And it turns out only half the people that watch my videos are subscribed. That's just weird. But, you know, I don't do this for the money, and I don't do it, I just do it for me, and I do it for posterity, kind of. So to me, it's not super important, but it sure would be nice if you guys would help me out, help the algorithm, whatever. If you're enjoying the content, I mean, I believe this is my channel's a bit unique. It's got all kinds of crazy stuff. It's got me carving, other people carving, students. It's got some competition stuff. It's got the cerebral aspect of carving. It's got my whole life story, and then some. And I hope everyone enjoys it. And let me know if you have any suggestions about these videos. Just let me know in the comment section. And thanks for watching up to this point. And I will see you on the next one.